almost 20 minutes past 6 here on the program. Yesterday, non-profit organization Growing Up Africa brought together global architects who want to use their craft in service of and for the improvement of communities. Now, the architects say it's those communities that could benefit most from good design that are the latest that are able to afford, or the least that are able to afford it, I should say. The University of Johannesburg hosted this collaboration of universities from all around the world, and here to tell us what transpired is the founder of Growing Up Africa, Deborah Tuhume, the architect out of New York, William Reue, and structural engineer of the project, Effort Mokoena from SMEC. It's good to have all of you. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you.
All right,
Pleasure
so
to be here.
Debbie, if you don't mind telling us a little bit about humanitarian architecture, what is it all about? What does the organization do?
We actually put together a professional team of volunteers or professionals working pro bono. It's actually the largest collaboration within the construction industry. Mainly the focus was on how do we create enterprise development for youth in the country, and putting projects together where we engage the university students along with the professionals like William Reue and Effort and others, create projects. But we look for areas that are desperately in need of education facilities. We like to say we build with, our projects are not budget driven but design driven, giving everyone an opportunity to design exactly what is needed in those areas.
That's fantastic. And this is not the first time that you've worked in South Africa and you've actually done construction and architecture here in the country. Just quickly tell us about your previous project.
We are on our third project, two previous projects, one in Mpumalanga and Cosmo City.
Yeah.
And they've been extremely successful. The previous project, there were 28 university students from 17 countries that built the project in Cosmo.
Sure. Isn't that fantastic? So that brings us to what's happening now. Let's talk about the architectural side and the actual thing that's going to be built. And I think we're seeing quite a few photos on screen about this. And this is where I'm going to bring you into the conversation. William, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, well, the building is about an 1,800 square meter building on a 7,000 square meter site. It has 5 flexible meeting spaces in classrooms. And the idea is to create a building that has an iconic structure with some type of roof line that gives an identity for the community. And so the lecture that we presented yesterday was for the students at University of Joburg, and to explain to them why the building looks the way it does, what it can do for the community, and hope to inspire them to become involved with Growing Up Africa and this building.
It's amazing. And now this effort, your role in all of this?
We make the structure work. So
Okay.
we structural engineers. We just make sure that the structure works and the architect get what they want.
And this is happening in Cleveland. Is that correct?
Devlin.
In Devlin.
In Devlin, I
in
beg your
Soweto.
pardon. In Soweto, in Devlin. That's
Yes,
where it's being constructed right now.
Correct.
When is it expected to be done and finished?
Look, the project is it's sponsorship driven.
Yeah.
So what happens is put a group of consultants working pro bono on the project, and contractors as well. We're in the process of getting contractors. Our next phase of the project to get a contractor to complete the concrete frame of the project. So that is in progress. We just had a meeting last week to finalize it, so it's in progress.
This is amazing. So everybody does this work for free. I mean, this is you've come up from New York to do this.
Yes, we've been involved with this project for about 2 years. And what's exciting about it is this international collaboration with professionals that work for free on this really important cause.
Amazing.
And it's not just professionals, the design professionals. All the materials are donated by international companies, in-kind sponsorship, and it's a wonderful way for people to get involved in this. We need everyone to look at this building, look at what Growing Africa is doing, and say, hey, what can I do to help?
So, Deborah, just tell us how you choose communities. I mean, for instance, how was this specific building chosen for Devlin? Why is it there? And how going forward, how do you apply to have something like this?
Well, our research shows and guides us the communities that are in need of education facilities, especially, as I said earlier, state-of-the-art facilities. And to date, this is our third project, as I said, we really haven't had to scramble to find locations. The SOWETO project was introduced to us by the developers of that township.
Yeah, I think it's absolutely fantastic. So if people want to help, I mean, you were saying effort, this is, it is dependent on sponsorship. How do they get in touch? How can they help in any way that they would like to?
They get in touch with Deborah.
Okay.
Deborah from Growing Up Africa. I think the quickest will be go to Growing Up Africa website, and all the information is there.
Brilliant. So it's Growing Up Africa.
growingupafrica.org.
.org.
The current project has its own website, which is .co.za.
Okay.
growingupafrica.co.za.
Excellent.
If I might add to that, very little cash is raised for our projects. And I do want to bring in the cash piece because it's a very exciting model we have. Our model is 80-20. 80% is in kind, which means that's all free and covered. And the 20% is the funding side. We are now at 92% in kind, for free, covered. And the 8%, that percentage we can't get away from because we need the cash to pay the community labor and enterprise development and outreach programs working with the University of Johannesburg and students getting paid and having that small piece.
Absolutely.
So it's very exciting to be able to do it the way we're doing
Well,
it.
I think it's an amazing thing, and we certainly will take our cameras out there to Devland and have a look at this beautiful structure that you're building. Thank you for coming to talk to us, and thank you for doing the work that you're doing here in South Africa. William Reue is an architect working on this project in Devland, Growing Up Africa. Deborah Tuhum being here to talk to us about this, and of course, Effort Mokoena, who's the structural engineer on the project. Thank you very much for joining us, and he's from SMEC. All right, let's quickly